Here we go.
All right. Hey, you all. This is my good friend and fellow nester, Dana Bell. We've known each other for a short period of time, but I've found she's very knowledgeable about many different things. Some of you may know that it's always been my dream to visit Hawaii. Well, just so you know, Dana has already been there. So I just wanted to get her expertise on the Hawaii situation because I really want to go. So, Dana, what island did you visit?
I visited Oahu, and so this was my first time there as well. So I'm no expert by any means, but in fact, I had to kind of figure it out because I kept telling people I was going to Honolulu, and then people would say, "Oh, you're going to Oahu," and I'm like, "Okay, what do they mean by that?" And so finally, when I got a chance to sit down, in the airplane actually, because I took Hawaiian Airlines, they have magazines about Hawaii, and I was able to figure out, oh, Oahu is the island. And so there's 7 or 8 islands. And so, yeah, so I visited Oahu, Honolulu, and the location, the area, Waikiki.
Okay, I think they have a song about that.
Mhm.
What time of year did you go?
I went, let's see, it was the November. It was the
Okay,
beginning of November.
so was it warm weather, cold weather
Oh,
there,
it was
or is it
warm. It
okay?
was warm weather. It was in the 80s, like 85, but to me, it felt like 95.
I'm sure.
I mean, it was warm at 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. It was already warm. And real moist. The humidity is high, so yeah, it felt like 95 versus 85.
Who did you take with you?
So my daughter and I went. My daughter and her 9-month-old son. And it's so funny because she told me a few months ago, probably about 3 or 4 months before she decided to go, "Mom, I'm going to Hawaii." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, me and my son Cameron, we're going." And I'm like thinking, okay, you're going to Hawaii with your 9-month-old and no one else is going, you know? So I'm like, okay, well, let me see if I can get the time off. I'll go as well. And so I was able to get the time off and, book my flight and went. So actually, she was the one originally going. I tagged along for the trip.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What what was one thing, what was your favorite thing that you guys did?
Oh, so we went on a tour. We paid for a bus tour. You get on a bus and they take you all around the island. And we visited all different type of sceneries. The water seemed like everywhere we went, the water was different shades of blue. So it's just not like, oh wow, it's like, wow, is this the same water, the same ocean? But all the water, it was a dark blue, a lighter blue, or crystal blue, just different shades of blue. But I really enjoyed that bus tour because, of course, the conductor of the tour, he was very knowledgeable, very friendly, had us laughing, joking, and all of that. And so being able to see the sites and get background information that I probably wouldn't have known just, going on a tour alone by myself or with my daughter, being able to get history and facts about Hawaii or Honolulu. It was a great tour.
That's awesome. What's one thing that you wish that you would have done, or if you go back, that you would like to do?
For sure, I would. Okay, so one thing is we didn't rent a car, so I would rent a car. I would rent a car because some of the places that we went, we were just there on the tour. We were just there for a short period of time, and so we went to the pineapple plantation and just different places. And I wish we could have stayed longer. Or there were places like, so there was a Polynesian community center, which was one of the things on my list. Someone told me, you gotta go there, gotta go there. And so we just kind of drove by it, and they're like, there's a Polynesian community center. And so if I'd had my own vehicle, I would have been able to, stop, go in, and see more things in the city. So definitely I would rent a car so that I can see more of the area and not be, on a time constraint.
Okay. Did you purchase a package, use a travel agent, or did you plan it yourself?
I planned it myself. Yeah,
Alright.
pretty much we just booked our flights, and she got a room for us, Airbnb, and I'll tell you, so one thing that was great is that the owner of the Airbnb actually picked us up at the airport. She came in a day early, picked her up, her and my grandson, and got them all settled in. He even bought a little playpen for him as well.
Oh, that was really nice.
Yeah, it really was really nice. And so I came in the next day, and he picked me up at the airport, took us to the Airbnb. And so I appreciated that.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, we booked it ourselves, and just found different tours to go on. We also did a tour right there in the city of Waikiki as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a list of places that you want to go to before you go. And that way, because when we got there, we're like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. So it kind of wasted like a half a day on our first day there, But of course, we were sitting out at the beach planning out the rest of our 5 days there. But
oh, that was just a terrible place to have to to plan the rest of your trip. And my last question is, would you go again?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I'd go again. I would want to stay for a little bit longer. We were there for 5 days, so I'd like to stay a little longer. And yeah, I'd love to see one of the other islands. It's funny because I flew into Maui and had like a 2-hour layover, and then flew into Oahu. So it was like a 45-minute trip. So Maui's on my list as well.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate you taking your time out tonight and doing this interview. I mean, all it did was make me want to go to to Hawaii even more, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you taking your time to answer my questions.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for interviewing me, and you'll make that trip. And one thing I just recommend is just to look at the different flights and places to stay. You can get some great deals different times of the year.
Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more research.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.